Hey everybody, Rhett Genung here, number 74 from the 1992-1993 season of vintage football. So glad to be here today. Two-time Section 4 champion, Division 3 champion as well. Thought I'd throw that in there. This is going to be a great video series called the Big Play series that we've got on deck for you. We're going to start off with a highlight reel from 1998. First though, I want to introduce Jeff, the Neutron Bomb Newton. I've got him here today. Number 20 is here today. Alumni player from 22 years ago. And I am honored to bring on my brother, Joe Lightning Genung, number 33 today as well. We're going to sit down here very shortly though as well, and these guys are going to talk about their 98 season, go through some of the highlights and some of their memories of that season. I'm so excited to have these guys here today. Hope you guys are having a good time. See ya. Okay guys, why don't you tell me about your 1998 7-2 record season? Joe, go ahead.
You got it. Before I can go into that season, I got to thank the people that made it possible, and that's our coaches. I'm talking about coaches everywhere, but I'm going to focus on our coaches. Mr. John Pluta, Mickey James, Coach Martinson, Coach Curley, Coach Abbott, our modified coaches, Wolford, Hagenboo. These guys motivated us. They treated us like we were their children. Their time is important to them. I'm an adult now, somewhat, and the amount of times it takes to coach and the money you get for it, you got to be in it for the love. You've got to be in it for the love. And they were, from Mickey James, running us down the hills all summer long, giving up his summers for us. Coach Pluta, 5:30 in the morning in the weight rooms all summer long, all winter long. Thank you so much. You helped shape who we've become, and I think that's unbelievably awesome. Thank you.
I want to give a shout out to our seniors that year with our 7-2 record. We have Jake Brown, Bob Ryan, Jason Shaver, Matt Burrell, Anthony Catroci, Joe Provo, Craig Lieb, Dave Westervelt, Chris Gooley, Mike McGuire, and Billy Parker.
And Josh Gott.
Joe, tell us a little bit about some season highlights of that season. What you remember?
Good question. The one thing that's really important to know about our season, and it's not an excuse by any means, we didn't make it to the playoffs. We didn't win a state championship. We were 7-2, which is a good record. There has been better. My brother was a state champion right here, right in front of me.
92, baby.
Son of a good lady. For us to get out of our backyard, we had the number 1 team in the state. We had the number 3 team in the state. We had the number 25 team in the state, and we were the number 5 team in the state. And that was all within our 6-team division. Some of the highlights, we got to play in the Kickoff Classic in the Dome, which means you get to play your first 2 games in the Carrier Dome. It doesn't get any better than that unless it was in Buffalo Bills Stadium, but we were in the Dome. We played against Johnson City Class A. Now, we're the little guys from Class B, and we ended up beating them in that game. Jeff had an awesome kickoff return. I'll never forget it. So that was the first game, and then next week we go right back to the Dome to play 1-0 Oneida, who, after we beat them that game, we had a really good game, 490 yards rushing. We ran all over them. They didn't lose again until deep into the playoffs. Johnson City, who we beat first week, didn't lose again until way deep into the playoffs. That meant something to me. Week 3, we played Whitney Point, beat them. Week 4, we housed Corning East 49-6. Week 5, this is where it gets really big. We played against a lot of Division I quarterbacks that went Division I. Matt Carney didn't play Division I football, but he had looks everywhere. So he actually was a All-American Division III basketball player. We lost to Maidonwell on their senior day, and that one was hard to choke down. Section 4, Binghamton News, they said it was the game of the year, and unfortunately we didn't come up with a win. We ended up winning in the next 2 games, and then we play against Chenango Forks. Their quarterback then goes to Colgate and plays for them as their starting quarterback. We lose to them. That's our 2nd loss, and in a division that hard, Jeff, 2 losses, no playoffs. We end up beating Oneonta, which is always a good feeling for all you Norwich Tornadoes out there. There's no better feeling from 1964 to 2050. It's always going to be love and definitely hate. We finished off the season beating Genung Valley here, our last game ever. Crying like a baby, walking off the field. Jeff had a really good game that game. But 7-2, I wish I could have sang a song called 7-2, It Ain't Bad. So that was our season in a nutshell, Rhett.
Awesome, awesome. Jeff, do you want to wrap things up? Do you want to say anything to the modern players in Norwich right now? Maybe to Mr. Christie and his players that are playing this spring in 2021.
Yeah, I just want to say good luck this spring. You guys are going to have a great year. Mike and his team have taken over Norwich football and actually done a great job for us. And I look forward to them, watching them in the future, and then having my sons grow up and play here.
I think we're in pretty good hands with Mr. Christie, aren't we?
Yep.
Very good. And I want to thank all of you for watching today, taking the time to watch and give back a little bit for Norwich Purple Tornadoes. This is just the start of the Big Play series. We're going to be cranking films out of each year from the early 80s, and we're going to try to go all the way till now. So stay tuned on YouTube, look for Norwich Athletics, and thank you for watching today. Have a great day.
We out.
Bye.
Baby, baby, we can share this skin.